For this episode of Museums Without Borders, we are joined by Dr. Shobha Talangala, currently working on the collections at Jayalakshmi Vilas Mansion in Mysore as a consultant for the Deccan Heritage Foundation, India. Her interdisciplinary research spans the oral and material cultures of ritual and narrative practices, with a focus on southern India, particularly Karnataka. In today's episode, she'll talk us through the significance of two ritual bronzes from distinct living traditions: a Daiva Radhane breastplate from the Museum Rietberg and a Thayyam breastplate from the MAP collection. Welcome back to another episode of Museums Without Borders.
In this episode of Museums Without Borders, I'll be looking at two breastplates, one from the collection of Museum Rietberg in Zurich and the other from the collection of MAP Bangalore. These ritual bronzes were created within two distinct living traditions, Thayyam of Kerala and Bhuta Aradhane or Daiva Aradhane of Karnataka. When I say living tradition, I mean a form of worship which is more than 1,000 years old and continues to flourish in shrines and sacred spaces across caste and community boundaries. The Rietberg breastplate, dated to the 20th century, is that of the androgynous deity Jummadi, who combines both male and female aspects. It is from the Bhuta Aradhane or Daiva Aradhane tradition of Tulunadu, the land of Tulu speakers, now called South Karnataka. The Thayyam breastplate from MAP, on the other hand, is believed to be older and identified as Bhagavati, a powerful mother goddess worshipped throughout northern Kerala. Separated by regions, these objects share a common thread: their association with the possession ceremony of divine beings of spirit origin, called Bhuto or Daivo in Tulu and Daivam or Thayyam in Malayalam. Daiva Aradhane or Bhuta Aradhane as well as Thayyam are both popular systems of religious worship, as the deities directly address the concerns of the community, making them relevant in the present. Spirit worship and possession traditions such as these were and continue to be regarded as primitive. They were often dismissed as black magic and were described as devil worship by the British. For the devotees, however, the Daivo or Daivam are divinities, the spirits of their ancestors, heroes and heroines, wild animals, as well as gods and goddesses. According to myths, this worship moved from Tulunadu to northern Kerala many centuries ago. Bhuta Aradhane and Thayyam are therefore similar yet different. For instance, both include oral ballads and spectacular rituals of sacrifice and possession involving masks, swords, and sacred anklets. Bhuta Aradhane is rooted in the Tulu language, and the rituals that take place around shrines called Sana or Sthana are flexible, using a wide range of materials. The Pardana or the tail of the deity reflects Tuluva social and cultural beliefs. On the other hand, the Thayyam that takes place at the Sthanam or Kavu, a sacred space, includes a totem, which is a tail of the deity in the Malayalam language. It describes the Daivam within the social norms of North Kerala. These localized references are what makes them different and distinct. During the public and participatory possession ceremonies, the spirit is invited into the body of the medium. The right to embody the divine rests with specific communities who are also the custodians of these ritual practices. When the breastplate is tied on to the chest of the man who has this right to embody the deity, he becomes a Daiva or Daivam, a godlike oracle who settles personal and community quarrels, he pronounces judgment, and he safeguards devotees. These bronze plates are therefore an important ceremonial object that enable the transformation from a man into a divine being. Both these plates have some features in common. They are three-dimensional and ritual bronzes made in the lost wax technique by local artisans who are known as Moochari in Karnataka and Moosari in Kerala. Another important shared motif is the hood of the cobra. It's visible in all ritual material since both these religious systems have elements of serpent worship. The Jummade plate from the Reedwork collection is in the Tuluva style. These are usually limited to the torso and include a prominent belly in their depiction of fertile femininity. In this instance, while the plate seems to have been cast as a single piece, multiple rows of decorative borders framing the breastplate have been added later. The protruding navel emphasizes the belly. The characteristic feature of the serpent's hood is very prominent above the shoulders, and it recurs as a pair of coiling snakes on the upper curve of the breast. In the case of the Teyyam plate of Bhagavati, it's larger with a more stylized formal quality. The frontal aspect is flatter due to the stomach being less rounded. It is longer and extends in both directions with the ties starting at the neck and ending much below the belly. The serpent motif here encompasses the entire plate, framing the shoulders as it does in the Jummadi bronze, though it ends similarly. The three-dimensional aspect of both these bronzes with their lifelike curves signifies a life force, befitting the ritual material of living traditions deeply rooted in ancient belief systems. These annual ceremonies continue to be important public affairs. At the smallest, they can involve a rural family at an all-night gathering, and at the largest, most of an urban district can be seen participating alongside the national highway in broad daylight. The Daivas and the Daivams in their thousands remain important in the daily lives of their followers to this day for the resolution of disputes, mental and physical healing, and as the guardians of their land and lives.
In examining these two breastplates side by side, we uncover the connections and distinctions between them, revealing the power of ritual material rooted in ancient belief systems. Join us next time for another dialogue in a new episode of Museums Without Borders. Check out our channel for more such episodes, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.